Hello, my name is Fred Lovelace, and I'm going to provide a brief demonstration on the installation of KEPServer 5. So I've copied this to my desktop so that it makes it easier to run the install. For this purpose, you can run it from anywhere, a CD if you get our CD, or the web if you download it from the web. So the first thing we do is launch it, and the installation window comes up. We're going to click Next. Be sure to read the license agreement. There are some things that have changed, including the warranty period in the return policy, which is now 90 days versus 60 days. So I'm going to click to accept the license agreement and click Next. This is something new for KEPServer 5. We allow you to install side by side with KEPServer 4 or to remove and redirect a product. Now, side-by-side installation means that in your client application, if you want to connect to KEPServerEX 5, you're going to have to actually redirect or change your prog ID to point to KEPServer 5 instead of KEPServer 4. If you choose remove and redirect, what it's going to do is it's going to remove KEPServerEX 4, and it's going to make some registry entries that are going to redirect any request for a KEPServer 4 connection to KEPServer 5. So it's very, very important that you understand how this works. We don't want you to remove 4 if you don't have to or don't want to. But if you want to make it easy on yourself for connecting your client to your project, choose remove and redirect. I'm in a test environment, so I'm going to keep mine side by side. So I click side by side and click Next. This is the destination folder that by default KEPServerEX 5 is going to install to, and that's where I'm going to let mine install. We also provide a default shortcut, which is a Kepware folder in your start menu, and I'm going to choose the default and click Next. Now comes the installation. You need to choose what you want to install, and there are several things that you can install. There are plugins, which are advanced tags, data logger, and the Oracle MES MOC connection. There is native client interfaces for GE Fnuk iFix and Wonderware, SweetLink, and FastDDE interfaces. Then, of course, there's the Kepware drivers. Now, for my installation, I'm going to install everything. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click, and I'm going to select entire feature and sub-features. So this is going to install everything. Now you have your option to go just install the pieces that you want to install. The other thing that I'm going to do is I want all of the examples and documentation. Now I'm not going to install hardware key support. You can. Hardware key and software key can be installed on the same machine. In this case, I'm not going to have any in my test environment, so I've selected everything. I'm going to click Next, and this is asking if we want to create a configuration desktop shortcut, and yes, I'm going to do that. We give you the option to back up and reset or change your mind. I'm going to click Next to continue, and we are now installing KEPServer 5. This is going to take just a few seconds as it walks through and installs all the files and makes some registry entries. Now, if you're running on a Vista or 2000 machine, Vista or 2008 machine, or Windows 7 when we start supporting that operating system, when you run the install, it's going to ask you to elevate your privileges if you have UAC running. So it does need to have administrative privileges to make the registry entries that are required. All right, we're going to be done momentarily. As we wait. And we are done. You can choose to view the README if you want to. I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to click Finish. And we are done with our installation of KEPServer 5.